10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, aqua keepers of all ages, please put down your python hose and direct your attention up to the screen. It's time for the rock pile. Pile on in here, all you gems and jewels. How I've missed ye oh so much. How are ya? Okay, I am uh, good glavin. I am good glavin. I blame Jenna. Jenna should be blamed, but only for her awesomeness. So I got to do some things. Okay. Huh. Something keeps jingling in my ears. Oh well. Oh my gosh, how are you guys? May or may have not just woken up. There is no proof otherwise. Yeah, I was napping, and I might have fell asleep like 2 hours ago, and 2 hours ago I might have been like, I'll set an alarm for 6:45 just in case. And so I closed my eyes, and then why is my phone buzzing? Ah! Here I am. I did not want to um, suffer the consequences of Stephen P. It's P. Stephen P's PP. Okay, for like saying, oh, but I am late tired. I took the nap. Oh man. But yeah, glad you guys are here because I'm glad I'm here. I made it. 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 I can't stop and I will not stop. But yeah, so many things have happened that I can't wait to talk about. That is so much. I probably go around and give a rundown of all my fishies that I have gotten, including some purchases from Dan's Fish. Um, a cool new hobby I'm about to get into. Uh, what else? That's pretty much it. I just hope everybody had a great holiday season, and I wanted to celebrate some New Year's Eve with you guys. It just so happens that it happened on Tuesday, so why not? Another thing I never did was the participants list. Participants list. Fish fam. That link. Da 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 da. That's right. I'm doing participants first before I get into the craziness. What is that? Something is jingling in my ears. Choose mine. Yay! All right, so we have Big Steve, glass boxes. Good to see a Big Steve. I think he said he was getting a 3D printer in chat, I believe. And then we have Zenny, the Zen Ginger. Thank you so much for being here, Zenny. Um, Keystone Clash. End of September 2025. Hopefully, they're going to be doing their deal of 25% off tickets or 25% off. Uh, I don't know if buying buying vendor tables would be 25% off, but I hope ticket prices are 25% off, like they have been the last 2 years. in January because that's when I buy my tickets. So there's 25% off. And we have Mystery Snail Guardians. Annette. Good to see you. Good to see you. Someone had asked me um about my emblem, if you will, my blue and black um discus fish, uh little emblem of my channel. And I had to give MSG props because I had given her I don't know if it was a PNG or something of my friend had made a sign of Wyrock's offish, and Annette was able to manipulate the picture so it said Eric Wyrock, and uh, created not a GIF, but an image file of my emblem. So huge shout out to Mr. Snail Guardians for my profile pic. And we have Stephen P. 2000, Stephen VIP 2003, Guardix. Stephen had threat. The only reason why I'm here is because of Stephen's threats. Stephen's threats uh, has to do with pee. Or no, he'd pee in my Coke bottle, and nobody wants that. And clicks. I hope I get to see Clicks at Keystone Clash again, and his family. They were awesome. Um, especially getting my third place coming back, and they were doing lobster claws at me. $25 off the full weekend registration option for January only. No discounts for day passes, vendor spots, or scholarships. So yes, get your tickets in January. 25% off. I do it every year. I hope Clicks is coming too. And we have Craig's Catfish Cave from Down Under. Thank you, Craig, for being here. And Branton Lightcap. I'm not going to have a wheel, but you're pink in my book. That's right. You're pink in my book. And we have Outside In Aquatics. Thank you so much for being here. And Sketty Nona has all the love in every stream that I ever been in. Nona always sends the love. And Todd DJ Autocross. It's not an Eric Wyrack stream without Todd TJ Autocross. And again, I hope I get to see Todd in Pennsylvania too. You're coming at the end of September. Empire of Dirt Aquatics, Jeff Kane. I got a cough, but I don't want to do it on mic. Yeah, even. Jeff Kane. Good to see Jeff. I believe Jeff is in northern Wisconsin, northern Michigan, because he takes pictures of Lake Superior from time to time. But hopefully Jeff makes it. I was told by somebody that a special event is going to be happening. I don't know if I can say what the special event is, but I will say special event is planned for Keystone Clash. So I hope Jeff can make it there for the event. For the event and the special event happening at the Keystone Clash. And Lori Monster Fish Gal, another just oozing love in every single chat. So I love and appreciate you, Lori. And I hope I know she was going to come to Keystone Clash, but she wasn't feeling great. I didn't want to make anybody else sick this past year. So we love and appreciate you, Lori. And Geek BOI. What was it? Not this past year, but the year before. There was this person, which I won't use Geek Boy's full name here, but there was this person who was sponsoring everything, and I had no idea who the person was. And then I realized, oh crap, that's Geek Boy. And I don't know if there was some confusion of because like when you sponsor like a fish class or like the aquascaping event, um, you fill out a little form that says like, "Hey, my name is Eric Wyrock," like Weyhruch, and then like display name and like ERIKWYH-ROCK. And I wonder if those two got mixed up, and so I'm like, "Who is this? Who is this?" I'm like, "Oh, it's Geek Boy." All of Geek Boy's donations had his actual name, and I was a little confused on who it was, but that's how I learned Geek Boy's real name was Keystone Clash 2 years ago. And we have Linky, Fish Fan Link. Thank you so much for being here, Linkster. Appreciate you. If you're not a member of Fish Fan Link, um, no shame, no shame on you. You might have just learned, but please go check out Fish Fan Link. $5 every month. Help support the awesome website that will help you find some cool streams and peeps. And we have Jenna P2005. Good to see you, Jenna. And it doesn't seem that scary, that van. It's not like up against the woods where they can like drag you away. You're in the middle of a field. But yeah, probably stay away. Probably stay away. When the whole billboard is the front of your windshield, I probably wouldn't go there. No. And we have Jim's Fish. Jim's Fish. I think that might be a new name. Jim's Fish. Welcome. Thank you for being here. And we have Vinoski Fish Kodo. You already know though. Good to see you, Vinoski. And we have Hey Greg. 3G. I'll do the eyes. Good to see you, Greg. Am I missing anybody else? No. So, oh my gosh, you guys. Let me scroll up. Let me see. The fireworks have started. Oh no. Oh no. Scrolling up. Woo! All the way to the top. Come back here. I'm just reading. Guys, keep calm, Hampton. So yeah. I was gonna say. So my fishies. I'm super excited to let you guys know. But before I let you know about my fishies, where was I? Oh, I was at Home Depot and I was leaving, and there's Joann Fabrics right at the exit of the Home Depot, and I'm like, you know what? I could go get some acrylic yarn, because I only have two spawning mops, and I thought to myself, you know what? I could make some more, and I could put colored zip ties. There's purple on your screen. Colored zip ties on them. So that way I know after, because I'm using them for Cory eggs. So Cory eggs usually hatch between 3 and 5 days. So I know, okay, if I put this purple one in, or if I take purple one has Cory eggs, I'm gonna take it out and put it in my baby tank, and I put it in on Tuesday. I know next Tuesday I can pull the purple one out. So say I make 5 mops, don't color coordinate them. Then I'm like, oh crap, which spawning mop has been in there for a week, and which one did I just put in there? So I got some colored zip ties too, and have made a bunch of spawning mops. And then I thought to myself, because in my 60 and 75, excuse me, the orange Venezuelan and orange laser, respectively, only lay their eggs in the fastest moving part of the on the glass. And the last time the orange lasers bred, they kind of I had the I didn't have the accelerator tube on the sponge filter. I just had it coming up straight, and there was some of the hygrosala. God, Steven said it to be Salisolotia flavora. I don't remember, but they kind of laid on that. So I'm like, you know what? If I can suction cup some yarn, or if I could just tie some yarn to my spray bar or something, maybe they'll do. So I made some spawning mops, but instead of a cork, I don't have one on me because they're being used. But I had an aquarium co-op uh, suction cup that I used to wrap the spawning mop around and tie it. I wrapped it around, and then the very end, I super glued to the actual suction cup and put it in the spot they bred last. I did a big water change, and doggy, they had about 50 eggs in there for the orange lasers. So I'm like, yes, chuck that into my baby tank. And I think that was yesterday, actually. And then the orange Venezuelan, I don't believe I've used the spawning mop. I'm looking at it right now. I forgot to check it this morning. So I forgot to check that to see if the orange Venezuelan has used the spawning mops, but the orange lasers definitely did, and I was super pumped about that. And the funny thing is that the panda cories were, laying at least 1 or 2 eggs a day, and now since I've put the new spawning mops in, they haven't laid at all. Of course. But there was one day I put the spawning mop in for the panda cories, and I pulled it out. I'm like, oh, I wonder if there's a few. Oh, there's over 12 eggs. So right now I have like over a dozen panda cories growing up in my baby slash shrimp tank. And my shrimp should have been given birth, but I think the baby cories might have been cleaning up the baby shrimp. But baby on baby violence makes me sick. So that has been my. I'm so sorry. Still getting over this chest cold, and so that's kind of sums up my craftiness. But I got like over a pound of yarn for like $5 or $7 or something like that. And then my wife, she only had like 5 or 6 corks. So I'm like, I'll see if I can order some online. You can. So and then with these corks, since I don't know where they came from, I just boiled them for 30 seconds. Just brought a pot of boiling water up, dunked them in, submerged them with, I always call it the donut catcher, but it's like a metal wire. It's kind of like a shrimp net, but metal. Um, and it's used for like picking up things out of hot oil. But I use that to suppress the corks for 30 seconds in the boiling water, and just to kill anything just that could be better safe than sorry. So boiled it for 30 seconds. I made a little notch at the top, so when I tied it, I used the aquarium co-op. If you Google spawning mop, aquarium co-op, I think is one of the first things that comes up. But I used their method of making them. But it's so fun. I love it. I think I'm gonna make a few more. Maybe I could sell them to the fish store, which I now have like over a $300 credit to, and from selling my Plecos, which if you guys want to buy any of my fish and are local to Metro Detroit, check out Fishy Biz in Farmington. I'm actually, and then Chris's fishes, I was supposed to hit him up today, but totally forgot. Whoopsies. But I'm actually going to be selling him my breeding pair of silver angelfish. But yeah, okay. So let's do updates to tanks going around. And my 6 gallon cube that I have my nano Corys in suffered a catastrophe a few weeks ago when it first started getting cold. I don't know what happened out here, but the temperature dropped and I forgot to put the lid back on and it got to about 55 degrees because the tank is unheated and it's right by a window. And the tank got to about 55 degrees and all the snowball shrimp um, that I had passed away. I don't know if it was from the extreme temperature change, but I haven't seen any of my snowball shrimp after that, unfortunately. But the pygmy cories and I have one lizard whiptail catfish in there, and they're doing well. But I lost all my snowball shrimp. Then I have my 60 gallon, um, where I had my two breeding pair of angelfish in. I decided that they were just being too big of an a-holes because I was getting an Ivanakera bimaculata pair from Dan's Fish. And I'm thinking, like, I do not want them getting super aggressive that they're going to kill the Ivanakera. So I got them their own tank. I put the angelfish in my 20 long. They have bred, they laid eggs twice or three times? Twice. And the first time the eggs spoiled and like I would go in there with tweezers and try to pick off the fungused eggs and the female would just I was really afraid she was going to tear her mouth up from attacking these two metal tweezers, how hard she was attacking them. I'm like, fine, let your eggs fungus, and they did. So they ate them, but they just they laid um when did they laid? Not this Sunday, but the Sunday prior. The Sunday before Christmas, they laid the eggs, and just now the fry are now free swimming. So I've been giving them baby brine and aquarium fry food, and they're doing good. But my first foray into angel breeding is Steven, are you ready for 200 angelfish? Like, yeah, there's looks like it. There's about 150, 200 fish. So many little guys. And it's so funny watching them run around trying to taking them in the back of their mouth and trying to spit them back onto um, the breeding tube, if you will. That was the photo, the thumbnail for this video. It's super cute. Um, and then they all just ball up and it's super cute. But then, so I did get the Ivanakera bimaculatus from Dan's Fish. The tails on the Ivanakera were tore up. I was super worried about like what is going on with these fish's tails. Their tails are awful. And contacted Johnny. Johnny was like, "Yep, we didn't split the males and females, so everybody started going after everybody else." And we healed the tails up to the point where we knew there wasn't any tail rot or fungus or anything that was going to be affecting the fish. And by darn it, they were right. As those fish, as soon as they got in the tank, hit them with some salt and quality food, and whew, they go. And their tails are regrowing fine and dandy like sour candy. So super excited. That's pretty much all that's new with the 60. And then the 75, I did it. I got Bolivian rams. Got some Bolivian rams from Dan's Fish too. And they're looking amazing. And I made some adjustments in my 75. I kind of like, I kind of don't. Um, Oh, and both my 60 and my 75 are on auto dosers, and things weren't looking real right, and I realized like, oh, I haven't really updated my auto dosers. Let me bump it up a little bit. And the crips in both tank are just like, I just going absolutely nuts, and I am here for it. I love it. My 60-gallon crips are like insane, taking over. the tank, and it's so great. And Steven's bulbitis is doing great too. What's new with the 75 besides the L201s in the 75 are breeding. They were breeding like this. They're kind of taking a break, but God, they're so violent. Like I can tell when they've tried to breed or bred. It's just because everything is just totally discombobulated around that cave. Like it just looks like a bomb went off. And it's like, what the hell happened here, you guys? Jeez, oh, peas. Oh, and I think my L33 is on babies, or at least has a female trapped in the cave. Um, so those three, we did the 20-gallon with the angelfish. So now my L183 slash baby tank slash shrimp tank um, has been stalled. My L183 has abandoned the male has abandoned the cave, the spawning tube, and refuses to go back in. And none of the females are using the tube as well. So I don't know. I did stop feeding Rapashi for 2 months. I do try to, when feeding a certain food, you don't want them to get dependent on it. So sometimes I cut a food off for a month or two, and Rapashi is one of those like, oh, I'll make it tomorrow night. Don't worry about it. Tomorrow night comes. Oh, I'll totally make it tomorrow night. So that went on for 2 months. So the slash, you don't want them to get dependent slash like I'm just lazy. So the L183s have not bred in about 2 months. They haven't had a clutch in 2 months, and usually it's about every 30 days they were breeding. So I don't know if um, they were taking a break here last year. They had a clutch in January, so I don't know if this past 2 months is their off season and they're taking a break. But either way, I still see them around. They look healthy. They're eating, so I'm not uh, worried on a health basis of why they're not breeding. But it's just frustrating that I go back into the fishy biz and they're like, "You got any L183s?" And I'm like, "No." Sorry about that. But I do have L333s coming up. But the dude, hype and citrus grows so slow. Oh my gosh. These L333s, they got to be at least 6 months old now and are only inch and a half, maybe pushing 2 inches. But whew, hypees take a while to grow up. But I'm like, yeah, you know what? How big would you want the L33s before I brought them in to sell them? And you'd be like, oh yeah, like 2.5 inches. And I'm like, oh, it's gonna be another 3 months for that. But I do now have a substantial over $300 credit at my LFS. What is it that I went in there? I got like a whole bunch of frozen food, and I think I'm going to save up for salt and plecos and get a breeding, get like 6 or 8 salt and plecos to create a breeding. What should we call it? A breeding group. And what I was going to do is for my 40 breeder on top is perfect for 75 or a 90. So I was going to make that into a pleco breeding den, but I read and I listened to an aquarium co-op member stream on plecos that hype and citrus, if you put them together like L33s and 201s, they're gonna breed. They're gonna interbreed. Where I forget the name of the presenter, but the presenter's like, here's four different hype and citrus plecos in the same cave. They don't mind each other. They're gonna do that. So I didn't want to mix that, and I didn't really want to have a split tank or anything like that. And so at our Xmas Gina's family's Xmas white elephant gift exchange, I got a bonsai starting kit, and everyone there was like, "Bonsai starting? Why would I want a bonsai starting kit?" And it came in this cool wooden box. It slides open, all nice. And I'm like, heck for the box. I'll take it for the box. And it came with um these are the seeds I haven't started, but it came with 4 different seed packs. This is Brazilian rosewood, where you need the soil like 85 degrees, like for them to germinate. No thanks. I'm not going out and getting a heating pad. But the others were two spruces, blue and black, and flame tree, which got the seeds to sprout. I'm super excited to start those. But these seeds that I starting, like I'm not going to be able to, you know, work with for the next 2 years, or put wire and form them around for 2 years. Like this hobby is going to be like years, decades in the making, and I'm just like, I love it because I am like, I'm planning years in advance, pretty much. And with bonsai, you can bonsai anything, and so um, first thing you do is you go get your book um, about bonsai, and you read up about bonsai, and then you watch as many YouTube videos. Like YouTube is awesome uh, for hobbies or getting into hobbies. Um, so you just watch all these bonsai videos and what to do. And in the spring, I'm super excited to be taking cuttings from various trees. Like I have a Japanese maple. I'm super excited. I'm gonna try to do aerial roots. And then I have an Eastern redbud, which would be super sweet. So I'm gonna aerial that. Um, I have tons of Eastern arborvitaes that I can just take a bunch of cuttings from. I'm super excited. But the one thing that I don't want to do with bonsai is go out and buy a bonsai tree. Like that's what I don't want to do. Is um, I'm okay with if I don't get my first bonsai tree for like 4 years. Like, wait, Eric, you're into bonsai, but you don't have any bonsai trees? That's right. Is I'm gonna do everything myself, but it's gonna be in a very slow, succinct succession. And so I'm starting these seeds knowing full well that I'm not going to be able to do anything for 2 years. My wife's like, "Why are you starting them now?" And I'm like, "Well, they're trees, so I'm starting them now so that when spring and summer comes up, I can harden them off, and I have them in big starter pots, so that way they can grow here January, February, March, and that way when April comes, I can start moving them outside, and they should be ready to transplant into bigger pots by then. Harden them off in the garage overnight, having them out in the sun for a few hours every day, and because there's some species of bonsai, like pine and things like that, like you need to do outside. But then there's some species of bonsais like that you can do inside, mostly with um, tropical species like ficus or the flame tree or Brazilian rosewood that you can do inside the house. So um, I'm super excited. Um, if anyone wants to start a bonsai, now is the time to get a live Christmas tree from Home Depot on clearance. Yes. Um, so once YouTube was like, you you want to see bonsai? Here, blah, algorithm is like, here's bonsai. Yeah, I saw a bunch of videos of like turn your Christmas tree into a bonsai, and what is it? I got some Ruth Grow root growth hormone to put on my cuttings and whatnot to try to do that. So I'm super tempted to go and get a plant and go get all my wire and all this and do that. But no, I'm going to start slow. I'm going to read, and here comes spring. I might, go out and get um, a potted plant and try to turn it into something. But right now, I'm just going to go slow and go super slow with it and have fun. So I turned the top of my uh, on top of my 40-gallon breeder. I put a plastic tray down and now have my seedling starting kits on top of there and growing plants out. So Gina is like, WTF, you're starting this now? It's December, January. I'm like, yes, you have to. So that way, when the spring comes, you have these plants that you can harden off outside. And that, if I were to start it in March or April, that, you know, and if things go awry, I'm just growing some trees for my backyard. Like, what are you going to do? I was thinking about planting some of these too in the ground because that helps fatten up the trunk and everything like that. So um, I was probably going to plant a few outside, but we're having good. And my last tank, uh, the 29 gallon, has been doing great. It's uh, for some reason things were just dying in it, and I was super sad. I lost my Similis cories. I lost a few uh, green rasbora from Mr. Homie. I was super upset about that, and I've just been throwing salt at it. And luckily, things have gotten better, and I haven't seen any more losses. But I still don't know what caused it. So I'm a little iffy about that tank selling anything, and that's where I have all the I have like 10 panda cories in there, and then I have like 12 babies coming up, and I'm like, I don't think I can have 22 panda cories up in this 29 gallon. So I don't know if I'm going to sell the newbies or what, but I have an excess of panda cories, and that is a good problem to have. But yeah, fish tanks are doing great. I'm having so much fun breeding all these fishies. I was thinking, like, what catfishes did I breed this year? And so I was thinking the L333, L201, L183 plecos all bred for me this year. The Sturbis and the Orange Venezuelans, was able to save babies. I wish one of the orange laser gory eggs were just to be like, oh, hey, I'm alive, I'm bored here today. Congratulations. Because then I would have this year orange laser babies. But no orange lasers have uh, hatched this year. My Adolphi cories, oh my gosh, I saw this little itty bitty tiny Adolphi cory swimming by. I'm like, you survived. You hatched in the big 75 tank and somehow survived. Oh, I was so happy. My baby Adolphis are having baby. I'm a grandparent. I'm a grandfish parent. Super excited about that. And what other cories? Skunk cories. I have skunk cories in there that I have not seen them breed. And then the red lizard whiptail catfish also bred. And then panda cories. I had breeding too. So I had a bunch of catfish breeding this year. I was super, super, super grateful and super excited to breed more this coming year. Um, Excited to try to breed the Ivanakera fishies. I was talking with Mike from All Things Fish and his Nanoletta fishies. I think I'm going to get some in the spring coming up to try another breeding project of those. and try to get as many pairs out as I can. But um, yeah, it's a fish room is doing good, and I was kind of scared to put the 20-gallon up too because I'm like, oh, it's another fish tank, it's another maintenance project. So the 20-gallon tank is like strip bare. Like I am not doing aquascaping or anything into it at all. It's just throw the hose in, suck the water out, put the water back in. It's a 10 to 15-minute operation, and I just wanted to make sure I kept it like that so I didn't want to break my back over maintenance. Because when you do have a planted tank, you gotta have maintenance. You gotta be trimming. You gotta be planting. You gotta make sure minerals and um, fertilizers are right and light is right, and you're balancing light. You're balancing the. I already do it for one, two, three, four, technically five other tanks. I didn't want another one, so 20-gallon is just that, a 20-gallon. It's a baby tank. It's for making babies, and if you want to get in there and make some, go right ahead. I do have a few little plants, some money wort hanging out in there just to help suck up the nitrates because I'm going to be feeding the babies, and I don't want them to. Um, I'm going to be overloading it with food to help the babes. So I don't want to get on. So all right, 45 minutes in. Let's get into this. Crack into this chat, huh? Shall we? Shall we? Shall we? Shall we? We shall. I'm awake now, at least. Like holy cow! Did not think I was going to sleep that much, but it did. I took the uh, I took the week off um, to hang out with the babes, and today I hung out with them all day. I don't know how many times we played bingo and and Scrabble Junior, and Uno. They love Uno. Max gets so upset. He gets so upset if you drop a draw for him. But then Gina got off around 4. It was like, hey, I'll take him to the store. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll come back here into my room. Passed out. Passed out, assed out. Nana Lotus. Is that Nautilus? I they're cute and they're yellow and it's just they're adorbs fish. I don't know the actual name, but Mike can totally has one. All right. So, has anyone reached out to Eric to make sure he's not distracted with the children on a random project? We got the schedule. Maybe. What remains out of principle? I don't have Eric's number on my phone. I don't think I have your number either. Eric. Only half a Rico. You're late, and I'm upset about it. Well, I apologize. Blame the children. Blame the children. And Eric, I just wanted to be the reason for my last cry of 2024. Oh man, Big Steve, you got a 3D printer? I don't know if I have any crying spirit in me. Um, what is it? It was super funny. What was I crying over last time? I don't remember. Something just made me cry. Why did I cry? I don't remember. Like what now? Dude, something's going crazy in my ear. Like connecting and disconnecting from the computer. I don't know what it is, but all in my ear I hear doodle 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 doodle. The consequences of my pee are dire. That's how I read it in my head. A natural offish. My offish habitat. Yeah, why don't you print a 3D printer and then return the one you bought? Gotcha. 2 bolts and 2 nuts, and they screwed together. That's so cool. I love a 3D printer. Gino would hate it because then I could fabricate so many. Is it car racing? Say it's car racing. Oh, I love it. I love it. I would love to race cars. Oh my god, I love driving so much. Oh, soon, Todd, soon. How long did the print take? Is it a fat? Yes, I know the difference between some printers, like the extremely precise printers, um, may take longer because of that fact that they're being more precise. Costs about 500 bucks depending on what options you want. Nice, nice. Eric prefers leisurely 16-hour drives. Yeah, I'm racing during those 16 hours. Believe you. Um, like my dad imbued me with my love of driving because back in the 90s we would always every summer we would drive from Detroit to northern Minnesota to a town 45 minutes north of Brainerd called Cross Lake, Minnesota. And um, my brother was the older brother and the jerk. I would always call way back. So he would always pass out. So he'd call way back and pass out. And my mom was a toddler, where if she got in the car more than 15 minutes, she would fall asleep. So my dad would just floor it we'd always uh, rent like an Aerostar or a Windstar Ford minivan, and my dad would fly in this minivan, and um, I would sit in the middle seat. They weren't captain's chairs; they would always get the bench seat, and so I would just sit in the middle and just be like, "Whoa, whoa," it would be like like a car video game with him swerving in and out of traffic and flying. And like if you would had to slam on the brakes or like swerve or something like that, my mom would wake up and be like, "John, stop it! Stop it! You're gonna kill us all in the same 5 minutes! Stop it!" And then immediately fall back asleep. And so go go back to Sweden, and it was like, oh, so much fun. So much fun watching that. And that's really where my love of driving comes from. It's a Creality KC1. I don't know much. Supposed to be a faster one. Nice. Nice. Eric, why jizz? You bastard. That tickled me. That was a tickler. Yes, again, $25 off for the full weekend registration option for January only. No discounts for day passes, vendor spots, or Z sponsorships. Fishy clicks will be there. Hooray! I gotta get the babes. Trying. Have you seen Brenton's member emoji and Steven's yet? I have not. Have, yeah, I was about to say. So, have you seen Branton's member? And then it goes on to the next line. Have you seen Branton's member? And I was calling him Pink earlier, so I was like, hey, Sonny, my pearls, I have to clutch them. Stevens, I have not. Have you? How have you? Hotels? Yep, my hotel's already booked too, Ted. Member page, take a look at the loyalty badges. Make sure you get your cash rooms booked. They're going faster this year. Get them booked. Driving home. Hopefully you made it. See you at the clash. Yes. Whiskey fish coat out. You already know doubt. And no Keystone. My sister's wedding is the same weekend. Maybe if she ditches him, but the chances are really hoping on a breakup. Really. Whoopsies. Oh, damn it, Jeff. And Jeff probably knows why it's special. The special event happening at the special event. We can all hope for your sister's marital misfortune. Marshall. Everybody. Let's go to this wedding. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Ah! Quaint town. It's a quaint town in eastern Pennsylvania. Yeah, maybe she'll move the wedding there. Oh, fireworks went off at midnight on Christmas as well. Oof. They're pretty strict about it. Fireworks are legal around here in Michigan, but only like on a holiday and then a few days before and a few days after. But this year, not too much. Not too much. Joan Fabric says, my kryptonite. I have to try to avoid that place like the plague. I spend so much money. Oh my gosh, dude. So I go in there, I grab my yarn, I go up to the front, and there's like 8 people in front of me and 3 cashiers in front of me to check out. And so this one lady has a bunch of clearance Christmas stuff. And so I guess like these Christmas wreaths, they can, she asked the cashier to like individually bag them. So this poor cashier is just like, has to like wrap like 13 different wreaths and then put them into other bags. And this poor girl, she calls, she's like, next. And I walk up and I go, this, and I like barcode out. She scans it. She's like, is that it? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you need a bag? Nope. Okay. Stuck my card in, pulled it out, and went. And she was so happy. And then, as was I. But it was pretty funny, like waiting 15 minutes in line and then just walking out, boop, boop, boop. 30 seconds checking out. Jody P. Guys, if you're not, be ready Friday morning. Jody is joining Foxy this coming Friday, so check out that stream Friday morning because I'm excited to see some Jody P. Jody P. No. Corner of shame. Stat for not. Oh no. No, not the corner of shame. The corner of displeasure. No. My lobster. My lobster. Special event. Quark. You put quark into a spawning map. Quark. Yeah, since I didn't use it says I didn't win Dan's fish beard. I guess I could technically use my beard already. What did I see? Use fishing bobbers instead of corks. Good call. I gotta do that. I gotta do that. All I heard was salt flavored hygro salifolious something. You know what it is. Gen U! Good to see you, Gen U. I'm trying to hurry because I only have a few more minutes before, because the kids and Gina already went to the New Year's Eve party. So I have to catch up. with that, let me work, 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 work. Let me work, 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 work. What if we want to buy your fish, but we live in another state and we're broke as a goat? Cheese peas. Coral, first off, I would never, ever, ever charge you any fish. Um, Technically, if any fish fam, local or non-local, will hit me up, it was like, hey, man, because I did keep like 5 or 6 L183s from my last batch. Um, because I saw that my L183s weren't breeding, and I'm just like, I'm gonna keep like 6 just in case something is going on with these 3 that they don't ever breed again. I'm gonna keep 6. So if somebody would hit me up was like, dude, I wanted a L183 so bad. Please, can I have one? I will come get it. Come get it, dude. For free. Any of my fish. For free. For free. To an extent. Give me your whole tank. This giddy life got busy, and apparently my opinion on flooring doesn't matter as much as I was led to believe it would. I don't like floating floors. Sue me. I don't like floating floors either. Convinced luxury vinyl plank and pergo weird were created by network stay-at-home mom. They can flip hot houses for pennies on the dollar. Skilled laborers that replace the skilled laborers with those slapshod McMansion developments. We're going to do mega constant water changes. If I can grow them faster, nice. I do need to water change that tank. Yeah, the windowless vans, you definitely want to stay. Pretty sure that van had windows in it. His mom says, I don't think I'm going to live long enough to see this. Yes, that's exactly the point of bonsai is like the bonsais that are growing in that pot 30 years from now, we could be like, okay, now it's time to bonsai and whatnot. Like, oh man, it's one of those I wish I started 10 years ago kind of thing. But now's the time to get a live Xmas tree from Home Depot. Torture it for the rest of its life, stunting its growth. Everyone knows trees are ugly unless you pervert them. Pervert them. I just love having a little tiny. Like I don't want like there's 21 different styles of bonsai, and I I prefer the style of like an actual miniature little tiny tree. There's some where like you bend them in S curves, and some like you scarify the wood so that it looks like an ancient tree and things like that. I just like the ones that look like actual little trees and whatnot. And to find out that it is an actual torture that the roots that grow like straight down into the ground, those are anchor roots, where the roots that feed the tree go out from the tree. And as long as you don't have a huge tree, you don't need a huge root ball of feeding. So if you have a small tree, you can have these small roots, and that's how they keep them in such little tiny pots. But um, with no safe words at all. Um, she goes, nah, snip, snip. I tried from seed and most healed right away, and then I had a few I bought as babies and then worked on them, and as they grew, ooh, Azalea Bonsai was my favorite. Killed them all off now, though. And that's like the whole thing is that's why I have all like over 18 seedling pots, and when I do in the spring when I do aerial roots, I'm gonna do like 5 aerial roots from the Eastern Redbud, 5 aerial roots from the maple tree, 5 aerial roots from the arborvitae, because things fail and you can't blame yourself. But um, yeah, just don't breach yourself up. do not like root pruning like traditional bonsais, but do not get the dwarf Alberta spruce because they breed to grow upwards into a cone and don't take into bonsai. Good to know. Long-term project. Yes. Um, I'm super excited of it because I know, like in things, some hobbies move fast, like in fish keeping. Like, oh, I'm gonna get a tank and fill it with water and all this, and okay, now I'm ready for fish. And then, oh my God, fish are dying. What do I do? What do I, like? I'm excited for this hobby to be an auxiliary hobby, if you will. Something like with fish keeping, I'm active in it every single day. Um, Not for hours, but for, if I just, even at the minimum of just, hey, I'm feeding my fish today. That's 5 to 10 minutes. Um, but yeah, I'm excited to have this auxiliary hobby. All right, I have to go. And Eric, technically, you can start trimming roots and larger branches and training it to stay small. It'll just be a while until you can shape anything. Exactly. But and then I think too in the spring I'm gonna go out and buy not because there's a few bonsai places around me that you can go and buy starter plants and whatnot, and do whatever you. They're not already in pots and do everything like that. Or you can go to nurseries and buy your own um, plants and force them into everything else like that. But um, yes, I'm super excited. And I don't usually don't make New Year's resolutions, but this coming year I'm going to be trying to stream more often. It is hard when Tuesdays uh, Ava has cheerleading, so then it's me and Max. And I feel like a jerk if I'm like, all right, Max, here's your tablet. Leave Daddy alone while I go stream. Especially when he wants to hang out with me. So it's another thing if it was a teenager, like, get away from me, Dad. If they're like, Dad, come on, let's go play. So it's tough to get away from him. But like uh, today I did. So I love and appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to the replay crew. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to Fish Fam Link. Um, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being you. Thank you for being a friend. Bum 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 bum. Um, I hope 2025 is better than 2024 for everyone. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Before I go, though, I did want